Alright, well, I'm back on the road again after spending a couple days with my brother and his family. Thank you, much appreciated. Anyways, I'm still heading down south. I'm on my way towards the Everglades at this point, which is going to be super cool. I stopped at a rest area just now, and I've seen a lot of lizards in Florida before, but this is further south than I've ever been, and I'm noticing they have bigger lizards here, and they're like different colors too, which is really cool. They had like some oranges and blacks. It's crazy. I feel like I'm driving into more tropical climates. The state of Florida had recently experienced a cold snap that was said to be the worst in decades. This resulted in damage to many of the more tropical plants, which now have a lot of dead or brown leaves. So like around Miami, anywhere remotely close to Miami, the traffic, wow. For one, it's really busy. But also the way that people drive, I've never seen anything like it. And I've been to New York. I didn't get any of the really crazy drivers on camera, but needless to say, I was happy once I got past the dense traffic near Miami. These days, I tend to prefer more remote natural areas to the hustle and bustle near cities, and driving in traffic is one of the reasons for that. After I got off the highway, there was a sharp cutoff where the busy neighborhoods on the Miami outskirts abruptly gave way to wilderness as I approached the Everglades. I was set to explore Everglades National Park the next morning, but for now I was heading to a nearby campsite in Big Cypress National Preserve. This area was starting to feel truly remote. My campsite must have been on the route for some sightseeing helicopter tours because I had several of them fly directly overhead that afternoon. Luckily, it didn't last too late into the evening. Alright, I think this is camp. Not bad for one night. There was a crazy drive past Miami there. It went from like insane traffic to just Everglades, and the traffic cleared out real fast. I'm gonna camp here for the night. So yeah, for now, just kind of hanging out at the campsite, and I'll make some dinner in a little bit. Should be a good night. There are a lot of these signs around everywhere. So it's definitely something to be mindful of. Got a bear box right over here. even just right on the way to my campsite right here. Got another sign. High bear activity. Okay, noted. I'll do my best to keep a clean campsite, hoping it won't be a problem. I do have some bear spray with me, so I will keep that on hand. The next morning, I headed to the Shark Valley Visitor Center of Everglades National Park. I started the day out with a guided tour of a trail called Bobcat Boardwalk.
Look, on the front of this mama's snout to the right, there is a little species, a little animal that is just a couple inches long with some orange stripes on it. That is a baby alligator right there.
There's two of them.
Does everybody see that?
1 foot to the right of
two
them.
large pools on either side. There's basically no water in it right now. So eventually this mom is going to have to retreat and go find deeper water. We don't know if the babies are going to try and like climb on the mom's back and go and hitch a ride. Interesting situation scenario where we're kind of waiting to see.
The Everglades were currently experiencing one of the worst droughts they had seen in many years.
Here at Shark Valley, we're nicknamed the heart of the Everglades. We are in the northernmost spot of Everglades National Park right here in Shark Valley. As far as the eye can see, a ton of this grass that we call sawgrass. This is going to be why this entire 3 million acres of southern Florida is called the Everglades. Because whenever early explorers came here, they looked out and they said, man, this is a forever glade, right? Now, this is not a glade at all. It's not a big field in a forest. This is a marshland. It is a wetland ecosystem. Water is going to slowly move through it. It's very hard to describe that right now because we're in such a severe drought. We're going from this sawgrass marsh, and it's going to change very quickly because it's just a change in elevation of a mere couple inches. The pythons got into the Everglades, and since they've arrived, they have taken over. I know that's a bit scary sounding. I always say if I were to take a rock right now and throw it off of the trail, wherever that rock were to land, there's probably a really big snake by it. They would love to blend in here, maybe like underneath some of these dead cocoa plums. Hopefully we don't see them. We have a lot of ferns as well here, which is pretty awesome. Florida is the most biodiverse state with ferns, which I learned recently, which is pretty cool. Now this is the refuge for all of our aquatic species that like and need water, especially during the dry season like right now. If you were to just walk, and you're totally invited to, walk along the canal here, you're gonna find alligators because they love the water. You're gonna find diving birds, like our anhinga right here. This is a male anhinga. This is one of 2 diving bird species in Everglades National Park. They quite literally dive to hunt. You'll see them completely under the water like a beautiful feathered mermaid. They will swim around and they will spear their prey, which is most likely a fish. Find tons of fish around. We have tons of gar here. They're super cool. And then that white bird, that's actually a rare sight here. This is a great blue heron, but the white morph of it. So you can tell because its beak is darker. There's another big bird that looks like this. It's a great egret, but they have a great egret has a yellow beak.
What bird's this right here?
Oh, awesome. This is a purple gallinule. I call it a rainbow chicken. Obviously you can tell why. It's very colorful. It's in the rail family, I believe.
After the tour, I spent a little bit of time viewing wildlife at an observation deck that overlooks a canal and is located within walking distance of the Shark Valley Visitor Center. You can see a lot in this park without having to go very far. I was already seeing a lot of wildlife here, but I wasn't quite content to stay at the observation deck all day. So I decided to rent a bike and headed further into the park. I'm biking on a trail along a canal at this point, and about 7 miles out this way is a really cool observation tower that I wanted to get to. There are 2 ways to get there. You could either take a tram ride or rent a bike. I've obviously chosen to rent a bike. This is awesome so far. Nice day, not too hot out. I have a big egret in front of me. Probably stop along the way to look at some wildlife, take some pictures, see you out at the observation tower. Here we go. All right, well, I've made it out to the observation tower. 7-mile bike ride to get here. Excited to check this out. Pull out my telephoto lens, see if I can get any good wildlife. It'd be really cool to see a crocodile. I haven't seen any so far. A whole lot of alligators though. This has been really great. But yeah, let's go check out this observation tower.
Nearly 7 million people live within 50 miles of here. That's crazy.
The observation tower was impressive, and I was having a good time photographing the wildlife, but so far they were mostly the same animals that I had already seen near the visitor center. I was hoping to see a crocodile. Then it came into view. This was the first crocodile I'd ever seen in the wild, and it was massive. I was happy to view it from a safe distance on the observation tower. Alright guys, well I think that's going to do it for this one. I've got about a 3-hour drive to Fort Myers after this. Got a campsite there for a few days. This has been really cool. Everglades. Amazing. But yeah, thanks for coming along like always. Hope you guys had fun. I know I did. But until next time, catch you later. Peace.